In the quiet village of Spiti Valley, a huge Bodhi tree stood tall by the river, its leaves rustling softly in the breeze. Under this tree sat Devi, a young woman lost in thought. She had one question that wouldn't leave her mind. Is there a God? Devi had searched for answers everywhere, in holy books, prayers, and the words of wise teachers. But each answer seemed different and left her even more confused. One hot afternoon, a monk named Ananda arrived in the village. He was calm and wise, and people admired him for his peaceful nature. Devi decided to ask him her burning question. "Venerable Ananda," she said, "the world is so full of beauty and pain. Is there a God who created it all? Is there someone watching over us?" Ananda listened carefully, his gentle eyes full of understanding. Instead of answering right away, he asked Devi a question. "Imagine you are shot by a poisoned arrow," he said. "What would you do first?" Devi thought for a moment. "I'd want to know who shot me, why they did it, and what kind of poison it is." Ananda nodded. "But would knowing all that stop the poison from spreading?" Devi hesitated. "No, it wouldn't." "That's right," Ananda said. "The most important thing is to remove the arrow and heal the wound. Everything else can wait." He paused and then continued. "Many people ask the Buddha about God, the universe, and life after death. But the Buddha didn't focus on those questions. Instead, he taught us to deal with the poison in our lives, our pain, anger, and confusion." Devi frowned. "But why didn't the Buddha answer? Didn't he know the truth?" "The Buddha cared most about helping people find peace," Ananda explained. "He didn't say if God exists or not because it wouldn't change the fact that people still suffer. Instead, he taught us how to end suffering." Ananda picked up a small leaf from the ground. "Look at this leaf, Devi. It's real. You can see it and touch it. The Buddha taught us to focus on what we can know for sure, like our own thoughts and actions. He showed us how to live with kindness, awareness, and wisdom." Devi nodded slowly. "So, the answer to my question doesn't matter as much as how I live my life?" "Exactly," Ananda said with a smile. "The Buddha taught us to focus on our journey, how we treat others, how we think, and how we act. Whether or not God exists, the path to peace is the same. Understanding yourself and living with compassion." He shared a story. A man once asked the Buddha how the universe began. The Buddha asked him, "If you knew the answer, would it take away your suffering?" The man said no. The Buddha replied, "Then let's focus on healing the suffering within you." Devi sat quietly, letting Ananda's words sink in. For years, she had been looking for answers in the sky, but now she realized she needed to look within. Finding peace wasn't about solving life's biggest mysteries. It was about living with kindness, wisdom, and purpose. As the sun began to set, Ananda rose to leave. The Buddha didn't ask us to have blind faith. He asked us to live mindfully and discover peace for ourselves. Be your own light, Devi, your own guide. Devi watched him walk away, feeling calmer than she had in a long time. Her question about God was still there, but it didn't bother her as much. She realized that true peace comes not from having all the answers, but from living a meaningful life and finding clarity within. The wind blew gently through the Bodhi tree, its leaves whispering a new message. Peace isn't found in debates or faraway ideas. It's found in how we choose to live each moment with love and understanding. If this story inspired you, please like this video, leave a comment about what it taught you, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Don't forget to subscribe for more uplifting content and life-changing stories. Together, let's spread positivity.